Okay, I'm gonna start talking again. Sorry. Yeah, like is in use. True and false. Exactly. New baby boy. Tin can. SH for coffee. You can. What?
How
Look,
would you say
go to
your
any
mental
old terminal.
focus
You just go like this. System
focused?
tools. we could just open terminal. SSH terminal.shop. And then you can just order your coffee. Here. Probably you don't want to order like, you know, 160 packages of one. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
but like
Ocampo is actually my favorite.
It's an option. You know what I mean? You could just order 160 of them would be cool. Gonna see both. My boy's turning 2 on Wednesday. Nice, Tin. Yeah. We've got a boy who's gonna be 4 soon, girl who's gonna be 2, and then our little dude. It's great. We're focused though today, Purplish. We're so focused.
Made it properly tail recursive.
Go blue, indeed. Only like a week and a half,
actually
right?
My favorite.
Where's the course gonna be live at? It's gonna be live on boot.dev. Like 5 deliveries, 1 day. So if you use promo code TEACH, 25% off, of course. But you get access to everything on boot, which is nice. Not booty.dev. I haven't clicked on that, and I'm not planning on it either. Size of the type is not guaranteed to be the same. This is because the size types depend on the archer. For example, 4 is 64. Yeah, that's fine. However, sometimes they're always going to be the same. Here's a list of some basic C data types along with their typical size and dice. 32. When terminal outside US, someone has to ask every time until I finally deliver. So the problem is we tried to deliver to Canada and customs already screwed it up. Just going US to Canada. We like had a bunch of bags get lost. We lost money, I'm pretty sure, shipping to Canada. They're like, how is this possible? Customs they just took the coffee? They're like, this looks good. I don't understand. You know what I mean? So I don't know. The whole thing is like just shipping physical stuff is such a mess. What's more likely to happen is sometime within the I don't know timeline. Sometime we get a roaster like in the EU or something. And we try and ship just EU blends in the EU or something like this, right? So I don't know. We'll do something maybe like that. UDP Postal Service. That's what it felt like, dude. It literally felt like that. Perfect name for program. People can post their C++. Not safe. Where do you source your coffee? We get it from a few different places. We get it from one roaster, but the roaster gets it from a few different places. So like, because we have a few different blends, so it's not all from one place. Like I think our dark roast is the Brazilian one. That's my favorite one. I think I do like our light roast though as well. And it's all of the words. I have my Google virtual onsite in 1 hour. Ooh, nice. Congrats. It isn't going to be... Oh, that's true. You're right. Honestly, I was thinking about saying... You're right. Well, maybe instead of saying is, we'll just say can be. Or maybe we'll say is usually. Of course, you never know until you run size of with the compiler you plan on using. I've seen their virtual onsite. It is a bit of an oxymoron. It doesn't really super matter. The point that I'm trying to get across to them is like, you can't really know ahead of time. I don't know how I want to do this. What's the difference between it and an interview? That's a good question. We don't need to get stuck too into the weeds on it, Chad. It's just an example that int can be different sizes mostly. So what? Right. So I did. Right. So this is the one that I think I'm going to delete because I have a few different size of things, but I hadn't decided exactly what we were going to do for this. So let's try and figure this out. Haven't seen you in a while. Nice. Nice. Yeah, last Thursday we did YouTube the Prime Timeagen. Me and Prime interviewed Ginger Bill. Did this? This is doing all right. Yeah, nice. So I wasn't here on Thursday, and then Friday. Oh yeah, we were doing stuff with my in-laws because my brother-in-law was in town. Gives us a way to check size. You can use size of here, like a function. Hey, thanks, Tin Can. Yeah. Okay, so C gives us a way to check the size of a type or variable using size of 32 and long, short, at least 64. Yeah. Like I said, we're really not gonna. That's like So in the course, I'm trying to stay away from too many sort of like C-isms, right? Trying to start it without too many C-isms and focus more on the memory management side, right? So we're like showing what you need in C to get to that part, not to be like, you know, everything that's going to happen in C. Size of int, size of void star. Ah, nice. Yeah. Okay, TC. Very cool. So you can use size of like a function, although technically it's a unary operator, but that distinction is generally useful for winning internet arguments, like many other things in C. We'll use the size of operator in the next few lessons, start giving us some insight into the memory layout different types in C. Let's probably use those move deeper in C and essential for actually understanding pointers. New line, it's worked. Yeah. Who's writing garbage collectors nowadays? I think you've missed the point. Pointers are not too bad once you understand the basics, I promise. So the assignment, print each of the following types. Char flow double. We also have you print size T, which is type. Return size of operator is guaranteed to be able to represent the size of files, objects, and target's platform address space. I don't know if what's the better way to say this? Can fit any single value, any single. Whoops, I meant to say this. Single non-struct value inside of it. I think that's like. Something like this. I might come back to that one. We'll leave it to do, TJ. Not a huge fan of this paragraph. Maximum allocated space for one. The problem is like I want to say it's the maximum size because like as soon as you have structs or arrays or other things, right, then they're gonna be bigger than size T, but that's not really like. Any idea how you would test an allocator? How would you test an allocator? Besides like running with Valgrind and other stuff like that, I guess I don't really know. If you don't mind me asking, what church you attend, like denomination? It's a Baptist church. Joseph. Which, as someone asked earlier, actually, you guys must be listening to the save file. But it doesn't give you a lot of info, but that's fine. You can't allocate more than size T bytes. In general, you can't allocate more than size T bytes. Yeah, that would be crazy. Normage collector is doing damage enough. I also don't understand that question. Okay, so we'll come back to this to do later. That's fine. So we have. Is this course free? All of the content will be free, just like everything else on boot dev. You could read through it if you wanted, but doing the exercises and all the other stuff, like all the tracking for boot dev and everything, is paid through boot. Because it's the size of any object in memory. The problem is, Cuber, I really didn't want to start using object, even though I know that that's the right term in C, because it's going to confuse them. Does that make, you know what I'm saying? Because it's very confusing to call them objects to people who have only written like Python up to now. So I'm trying to avoid that avoid that language if I can. Right, yes. Entity, that might not be bad. Yeah. So we want to do like this, because then they'll have to print each of them. Print them in the style of like this. Print them in this style so you can see which data type goes with which size. And then this should be, this isn't type, what is this actually called? No, it's like called expected, right? What did we call this again?
Developers.
CD expected, right? Expected txt. Expected.txt. We need to use this instead. And then this is just type code. No, and we want them to be able to edit main C. That would be a problem if they could not edit that. And so we'll do this. And then we should be able to just take this into playground C. Sorry, one sec. Isn't size C just guaranteed to be able to hold a pointer? I think so, yes. But like, it's a little bit confusing for them, right? Just started Java juniors. Dang, nice, Lumen, congrats. Is the course live? It is not live yet. We're working on it right now. Point at each one, and the number of such use the size of the biggest allocation, so it's the same. They can be different. They're generally the same amount of times, but they can differ. Yeah, this is the problem with saying anything about C. is it's always like, yeah, most of the time on modern systems, in the most of the situations, you know, like, yes, this is one of the difficulties of doing a course related to C, where you're trying not to get too deep into the weeds of things, right? Joseph, not like formally, but like but basically, yes. Message failed said, thank you, Twitch. Nice, Lumen. Congrats, buddy. I'm doing great, though, Real. What about you? When's the course? Where is this course going to be? It's going to be on boot.dev. You can read about some of it here, which probably I should update some of these, but that's fine. C is a rabbit hole. Yes. That's why I said, like, this is, we're focusing on how can we make this work so that you gain a bunch of understanding about memory management, not that you're a C expert, because it's not possible to be one after one course. Oh, right. So I also wanted to go here, and I think I need to move this one to like 99 so that that's there instead. Oh, right. So then I was trying to decide, do we move? I was trying to decide if we move some of this stuff to past this section. Because maybe we should introduce structs, enums, unions, and then pointers. And then we can go back and we can show them the size of those things. So maybe we'll wait. I don't know. Because that probably does make more sense. Because maybe we just wait. Because I wanted to write about arrays versus pointers because it's a little bit confusing and we should talk about it at least a little bit. I was trying to decide, do we move this to after? I think maybe we move this to after is probably a good idea. So yeah. Right, so maybe we just show them the very basics of size of, right? Yeah, so I think, yes, we do this one, and then we take these, and we move this to pointers. I think we put these here. I think that's actually a better strategy. That seems better. Because then we can go over structs and we do our size of struct inside of here. Yep, that's good. And we talk a little bit about padding and some stuff like this. That's good. And then enums. We should probably do a quick enum size of to show that. That's a good idea as well. No, let's do this. So after they've done this, I think actually we can just change this to be like this, and we can say here instead, we're just going to go here and go print f size of HTTP server. No, just an example of like a good example of using enums, right? Oops. Oops. We could also make a small enum. I don't know. We can say red, blue, green. This just defaults to being an int, right? If I change this to be some like really big number, does this work if I do this? Yeah, that's what I thought. The reason I don't actually know the rules of size of enum, it's always an int. I think it's always an int if it can fit. Now, it's up to the compiler. Right? It's up to the compiler. But, if it's a big enough number, it can't fit inside int, then it's going to go to be like some larger int, right? There is a way to use a different type in modern C. Oh, to say like what the type should be, TC? Big, bigger, biggest, big numbers. Something like enum in 64. Oh, cool. Yeah, that's fine though.
If you want
where I've never done any language where I have to do memory allocation, so I'm self-taught, so I might actually. But that's literally the goal. That's actually the goal. Yeah, is to just give you a little experience, a little taste, a little understanding of what's going on, right? C89 is bigger than C17. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's fine, TC. We're not gonna go over it because it's not like useful to talk about. I also want to we'll just take this one and we'll take this and we'll yap this. And we'll just delete both of those because we really don't need both of those here. And what I want them to do is I want to just yoink this whole thing. And I want to tell them, you know, that they need to basically write these right here. That's what I want them to have to do. And then let's just make sure that this prints the right thing, the right sizes here. Oh, whoops. I took the one that doesn't have any printing. That's not the one I'm looking for. It's going to be on boot dev. Perfect. 4 and 8. That's great. That's what I wanted to see. So then we can go to here and do expected.txt. Size of enum. It's also possible to see the size of an enum. Generally speaking, enums are 1 int big, but if you have a value that is too big to fit inside of an enum, inside of an int, then the C compiler will change it so that it's the size of a larger int. Oops. How much can I get for free from boot dev? I can't afford the course. You can read all of the content for free. So like if you just want to read through, you won't be able to run the exercises and some other stuff like that, but you can read all of it for free. At least I think that's still the case. That's one of the things I like about boot. You just can't run stuff. At least not, you could run it locally, I guess, and figure it out and do a bunch of other stuff, but it'll be a bit more annoying. Obviously irrelevant for my course, but this next will be my enum. Oh, cool. Nice. That would be really good because you could have like something that, you know, you only have values up to a certain number, but you want to decode it from somewhere and it takes like a certain size or whatever, right? You planning to try some more Odin? Yeah, I want to do a little bit more of the game I was working on. I just need to finish making this course. Badly. Badly, chat. Badly. Print the size of the two enums defined in main.c in the format this should help you see that enum is really just an integer, just a fancy integer. How to go from dev who just coasts to a dev who knows their language and tools this well. Every day you try hard and then you try a little harder the next day and then you keep asking questions and then you ask questions again the next day and you just keep doing that over and over. Yeah, it can be nice to pack it in a U8. Yep, exactly. Yep. Cool. I'm also learning C right now, writing a mini version of Bash. Oh, cool. Nice. Don't use ChatGPT. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. If you're asking questions, you're reading it, and then you're trying it for yourself, I think it can be good. By writing nvim configs in CSS, that's the #1 surefire pathway to unemployment, like me. Okay? Ooh, do we have size of in here? Oh, nice. We already do. I thought you were the CEO of CSS. True. True. Yes. Yes. Copy pasta from ChatGPT. Not a good strategy for learning. Is the same for structs, but you generally avoid to pack a struct. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so that's good. We'll get to that one later. Okay, so we can go back to our basics. Don't get out of order too far. So this should be 20. This should be 21. This should be 22. So for loop, these are pretty easy. What should we write for a simple test for loops? We haven't done any size of. They do have functions. Oh, we could do I got one. Main C. Yep, let's go exercise exercise.h. Exercise C. Yes. So let's go void print numbers start int start int end. We'll go here. We'll go for int I is start. Yeah, that's good. Thanks. And then for this, we'll want to go int main include exercise h, and we'll go print numbers 4 to 20. Okay, great. Expected.txt. Has anyone ever tried Copilot as a source in NVIM comp? I mean, that's basically what I have. Except I use Cody, but yeah, same. Several macros. It's the main part of C. we don't cover making macros. Because it doesn't help us with the main thrust of the course. Ibra, I hate the like pop up, shove a bunch of AI stuff in your face thing. I like having it as one of my completion options. That's my preference. You program C without macros. It's possible, believe it or not. I mean, we use macros. We talk about them. We'll talk about include and other stuff like this. We're just not going to talk about making a bunch of macros. Yeah, I don't like that one, Cuber. Adding Copilot to it, but it feels so annoying. Keep popping up to things I want to select. Yeah, I don't like that. All right, so this one's okay, but I think I want to clean some of this up. For loop and cease repeat execution block of code. Initialization condition. We'll do this. 1, 2, 3. There is no for each loop. What I mean is that there is no way to do Python for x in my list print x. This doesn't exist in C. Okay. Instead, we have to iterate over the numbers of indices in a list, and then we can access the item using the index. We'll see some examples below. Okay. Copilot will always show up at the bottom. Yeah, that'd be easy too. Which one do you use? What do you mean Kilimanjaro? For what? Oh, Cody. I was from SourceGraph, where I used to work. You could make a for macros for iteration. You can. I've done it before as well. Yeah, no problem. Code to be executed. Parts of a for loop. Executing to use initialize loop counter. So initialization. Let's write this like this, actually. execute only at the beginning of the loop. Typically used to initialize the loop counter. Int I equals 0, for example. This is checked for each iteration. If the condition is true, the body was if false, then the loop terminates. Okay. This execute after each. It can be used to update loop counter or run any other code. I++, for example. Okay. I did that, but I know making it so annoying. Yeah. After short delay, making it the wrong snippets. Oh, I got you, bro. Yeah. I think that's just because in my experience, Copilot's kind of slow. Here's an example of for loop in C with comments. Oh, we don't need to say that. Example, basic loop. We don't probably need so many of those. Loop from 0 to 4. Initialization, condition here. Loop body prints the value of I. Key points. So let's just delete that. We already talked about that. So then we can just say assignment. Implement a function print numbers that takes a starting number and an ending number and prints all the numbers in that range using a for loop. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't used Copilot in a long time, so I really don't have any good gauge for that. Okay, that's a pretty good one. So then we should just yoink all of these. We'll paste those in here. Yep. And then the only thing we want to do is we'll delete that. Okay. Great. We're in the boot course. Nice. Yeah, we're far. Right now, we're just literally going back and updating and polishing everything. I think I have everything, like, done. Everything's done. Yeah, I still use Cody. If we just got 20 months allowed for work for AI stuff, anyone got ideas what I should do? Spend it on something, I guess? I don't know. So we have this. We say condition. Leak company secrets to Microsoft. Big brain strat. Big brain strat. Spend it on coffee. True. Thank you. Buy a terminal coffee right now. Well, this isn't really initialization. That's just the condition. And then we have the body. Let's compare this a little bit here. One beforehand. This can happen if you're popping something. This let's say like for example, could be polling for user input, or waiting for something to complete. They already know. I guess they already know. They already know. They've already written while loops before. This part is good though. Loop body will not execute even once. Yeah, maybe we should just say like if the condition never turns false, you will get an infinite loop. I think that's maybe an easier way to say it. Okay. Assignment. We can just do the exact same thing that we did here, but use a while loop. I feel like that's kind of like a fun way to do that. Whoops. We'll go here, go back to here. And then we go into here, and then now it's just exercise C. We'll just say while start less than end. Here, I++. Oops, start ++, not paying attention. I'm getting like what am I getting notifications for? Oh my goodness. Ooh. Prime is yapping, so came here. Smart. But the real question is, then why would you ever go to Prime's? Why would you ever go to Prime's channel if that's what you were? What? Nothing. Oh, and then we also want to go to here, and we'll just yoink the expected for this, and we'll put that here, and then we can say, clipped and shipped. Clip it and ship it. Yeah, do it. Guys, I dare you to post a clip of mine in Prime's chat and tell everybody that I stream. I dare you. I would hate for that to happen. I would hate for that to happen. I don't want anyone to know that I stream over there. Reverse Uno card. I think it's the same for us, but we just got upgraded. Okay, so that's good. That's good. Maybe instead we should do... Let's try. I've seen you filter autos with telescope live rep by file extension. How do you do that? I don't even know if I moved that to my new setup. I think I didn't yet. I had it in my old one, telescope multi RG. I just wrote a custom picker that basically would filter by file types. This is my old one. I should add this one back because I do miss it. I just haven't. You know what? Why not? Let's just do it right now. Telescope. Telescope. Multi rip grep. Do we have flatten? Use iter flatten? That's fine. This is my telescope here. So this is require custom dot telescope dot multi rip grep. Hello. Whoops, space FG. Whoops, space FG. Hello, star.md. Whoops. Nice. There we go. You even have IntelliSense? Isn't like autocomplete and stuff? Yeah, of course. So you parse the prompt and pass custom. Yes. So basically, TC, in my prompt, I can show you quick. Basically, in the prompt, what I do is I split on double space. And so when I have a double space, then the left side becomes the search string and the right side becomes the file filter. Two parts. You can also do the control space thing and do like another telescope thing, but this one I really like for narrowing down in different ways. Yeah, no problem. So the loop body is always executed at least once. Actual value from a stream? What the heck do you mean? We're literally spending hours teaching about C and memory management right now. It's cool to find other... Oh, nice. You mean it has Leaskopf substitution principle? How long the course will be? Like till it's done, or how long will it take to complete? Do well and see. I didn't know how long it'll take to complete. That's up to you. No, that it has LSP. Yeah. Course will be finished before GTA 6. As long as GTA 6 is not out within the next month, then yes. When is it done? Within the next month. I'm currently just editing. I'm currently just editing things down, going back over stuff. Yeah, like we're far, chat. So I think we're going to do basically the same thing here. And we'll yoink all of those, put them here. And we'll change this to be do while. I don't think GTA 6 has an ETA already. That's the meme. Okay, nice. Well, that's good. Then yes. Assignment. We'll just go back again to here. I can't remember the last time I wrote a do while loop outside of a macro. Yeah, you pretty much never do. But we're just going over C basics. You know what I mean? Going over the C basics doesn't take that long. May as well cover it. It's a control flow they might see. They're not going to see it in the actual course unless they look at macro stuff. I guess we could say we'll just mention it. The most common scenario you will see a do while loop used is in macros for C. They let you define a block of code and execute it exactly once in a way that is safe across basically like different compilers. If you end up looking at any of the, maybe we just go ahead and we just grab one of the munit ones where we have like a do while. What's gonna be like my simplest? Let's find like a simple one here. And doesn't mess with your scope. Oh, true, good point. Yeah. Yeah, we should mention that. I'll take this one and I'll put this inside of here. But we'll like delete this. And we'll delete this. And we'll delete this and this to make this a little bit simpler. If you end up looking and ensures that the scope that the variables created referenced within the macro do not leak to the surrounding environment, right? If you end up looking at any source code for macros, or you will probably end up seeing a few do while loops. For example, a simplified version from our munits testing library we're using can be seen below. It creates, actually, maybe we'll just say, it creates a do while loop, loads in creates a few new variables, and then I'm gonna say this. creates a do while loop, creates a few new variables, and then checks that the assertion is valid. If it is not, then it errors and formats a complicated error message. Let me do this. Make a copy of your admin, make an installer for Windows, and post to your GitHub so you're discarding them without the annoying process of config. It's basically nvim kickstart, right? I mean, that's basically what it does. But it won't copy mine. You can't copy mine because it's made just for me. It won't work for you. We should also probably say, if this code doesn't make any sense, that's fine too. I just wanted to show you where they most often occur. Okay, so here we had all of our size operators. So we don't need to talk about this. We are going to talk about this in the pointer section. That's a really good one. We're not going to talk about, we'll talk about this. Where do I have my void? That's in chapter 13. Oh, we talk about it here. Do we talk about size of? Okay, so I'll leave myself to do. Size of void. Size of void star. Okay, we got to do both of those at some point. We do talk about size of structs. We talk about size of arrays later. And we'll talk about printing those, as well as variables. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so I can delete this now because all of these are useless. Yep, and that one's good too. Oh, baby, we're getting so far. Prerequisites course, you've programmed before. That's basically it. Just like you know what a function is, you know about like what lists are. Stuff like that. We explain everything else. Like if you've written like 100 lines of Python, you probably can start the course. That'll be fine. We go over everything for the beginning of the size of void star. Doesn't the pointer stuff already cover what void star is? Yeah, but void star is just tricky, right? So it's like we should mention it in particular when we talk about void star. Right? Just in the sense of like, it may be that you're thinking there's something special that happens, but we'll just once again prove there isn't anything special that happens. Right? You know what I'm saying, Moon? Okay. That's great. Description. Introduction to the basics of C. Right? So we want to like, we got to drill in that eventually as we get further. It's all just bytes. That's all the computer has. You know what I mean? Will be on boot dev? Sure it will be. Promo code TEAJ. 25% off. Hey, that's chapter 1. I think done. I'm feeling good about that chapter. I do need to record a video still, but that's fine. I'm so excited. Yes, I already did this one. I did this one already, and I did this. Okay. Yep. So I did all of those. We're not this far yet, so that's fine. What did Lane write? Later. Oh yeah, we may need to talk about some of those. So we'll see. Basic C course, or does it focus on it? It is both of those. It is a basic C course, yes. But it's the goal of it is to teach you about memory. Is this not how you spell ridiculous? Isn't this how you spell ridiculous? Oh, I see. Because it's... Oh, because it's after an ellipsis. Learn C enough to know about memory. Yeah. And to give you an appreciation for some of the other things that are going on. Right. In, like, programming more broadly. You know how to program. The hurdle in learning C is memory management. Right. May I pick your brain for a Python course? I looked over a structure of C course. How would you structure a beginner Python course? I don't know. I've never thought about it. So I don't have very many good ideas. See, don't use Valgrind. It feels terrible to us how bad your code is. Well, we can't find C on NPM. Well, it's okay because soon. Where's Jared? Jared Sumner. Sumner. That's how you spell his name. 2 R's. There we go. This one right here. There you go. Soon you can just do that in JavaScript. No need. Hello, world. Oh, what up, Kev? Kev, you gonna go to any Michigan games this year? Maybe we should try and meet up at one. I don't know if I'm gonna go to any, but it would be pretty fun to try. I feel like it would be pretty fun. I hate it so much. Just literally the same thing as people do anyways. Thanks anyways. Yeah, sorry. I don't know. You Mitch mentioned? Indeed. I'll let you know if I'm going to any. Kev, okay? I don't know if I am or not, but we'll see. C plus JavaScript. I mean, this is basically how, but this is just like getting to put. Honestly, I don't really think that this is that bad of an idea. I don't think that this is that bad of an idea. Like, because this is basically just letting you write the C in a easier way. Like, I don't think it's that crazy. I mean, it's just FFI, but you get to include it in your source code in the same ones. I don't know. I don't think it's that cursed. How come main function has to return 0 and not just be void? If it returns 1, then it will like exit with that. How will the C code be compiled? Will they be building compiler with JS? No, we compile it into Wasm and then ship it to their browser to run in their browser. Using JS is curse. All of it is though, so it's sort of like, why not? Yeah, so if you return 1, then it will like exit 1. You'll get the red squiggly afterwards. Like, you know how when you do something like this? LS. So yeah, this was like, there's no file called this. You get a red squiggle afterwards. That's because LS exited with not 0. If I do this, now it's green. Nice. Oops, I mean echo, sorry. Yep. So that's what it does. That's why main has to do that. Okay, so this one is good. This is a good introduction to structs. So we say, okay, we have main C, coordinate H. We're going to make a new structure. We're going to set the values here. We're going to do this. So all they need to do... Oh, am I making them write all of that? No way, we're going to make them write all of that, right? In this first one, for complete, it should not have any of these. Or we already wrote this for them. Yeah, no, it doesn't have any of this. We just don't even have this here. Right. Okay, awesome. Create a struct. Great. Beautiful. That's why it was there, because we hadn't done incomplete. Ooh, did I check incomplete for every single one? We'll need to go back. After everything, we'll go back through all of them and check incomplete for everything, too. Whoops. So how do we actually make a struct? You made those previous struct filled its fields. You can access the fields of a struct the same way you would do it in Python for accessing the member of a class using the operator. However, this will change once we get to pointers. But for now, we can just use dot. Okay. Let me say the best code editor is Visual Studio. True. Hey, thanks forever. Code C for a living. True. VS Code for front end stuff. You have to beep it. This is a family-friendly stream. Few ways to create struct. These are called struct initializers. There are 3 different syntaxes for initializing. Is this not how you spell initializing? Initializing. What did I have before? Oh, initializing. Nice. Beeping VS so funny. Term. It's VS. Okay. Beep it in chat as well, please. All right. I'm happy you still beep VS. I mean, why wouldn't I? We're going to beep editors that say they're open source, but they're not, right? They're liars. You want to talk about liars on a family-friendly stream? I don't think so. Did someone ask something? It's Chip. Oh, I see. We're allowed to say Emacs? Yeah, of course you can say Emacs. Emacs isn't pretending to be anything it's not. Emacs says, I'm a great operating system. So it's like, it's fine. Exactly, Travis. Thank you for understanding. Right. Exactly right. Yeah. It's family friendly. Thank you, Darcy. Thank you. Much better now. Much better. It's not beeping it. It's AI. I'm not sitting down, though, so I can't do the trick. I got a beep button right here. Usually, no one believes me, so then I hold my hand up, and then I press the button with my foot, but I'm standing today. What just happened? Oh, okay. Weird. What do you mean when you say it's not actually open source? They don't actually accept PRs? The code you're running on your machine, you don't have access to look at it. So it's by definition not open source. When you install VS, you can't do that. I'm not flexible enough to do standing desk and doing it, no. Here, we'll do the other example, Pylance, right here. Let's just take a quick look. Let's just take a quick look at the license here for Pylance. Installation and use rights. You may install and use any number of copies of the software only with Microsoft Visual Studio, Visual Studio for Mac, Visual Studio Code, Azure DevOps, Team Foundation Server, and successor Microsoft products and services. So the Python support from Microsoft with 105 million installations, it is illegal to use outside of VS. So if you want to use Python, right, then it's just, this is from the people who made LSP, who say they love open source. Not even you can use it in other free and open source editors. I get why they would say we're not going to let JetBrains use it. Fair enough. Fair enough. But I can't run it in NeoVim? Really? So I would say that's not open source. Right? And you can't even access that on outside of the Visual Studio marketplace that's only available in the not open source version of VS. Right? Ooh, not even Notepad. Maybe you could because it's a Microsoft product. That's a decent point, Renz. That's a decent point. Maybe you could because that's a Microsoft product. TSS server stuff is crazy. It's not an LSP. They're almost there. I'm sure they're almost there, Moon. It's not like they're one of the world's biggest companies with the world's biggest language that they own both the TS server and the editor and everything else. They couldn't possibly figure out how to make that into an LSP that works well. So the GitHub repo that I see isn't the actual source code. That's correct. Because what you install is not there. Because where is all of the Microsoft proprietary things? Oh, it's not in that repo. There's a separate build step in between them. We will only use our open source, our editor, and only in the version with our proprietary stuff put in after the open source. Oh, and we'll make sure we can use everybody else's open source, and we'll make sure to use that to the extent of the limits of its license for our own gains. We're not going to let you do that. Now, I'm not saying that that should be illegal. I'm not even saying that they're bad people for doing it. I'm just saying it's a lie. The framing that they do VS Code for open source because they love open source. That's just not true. What up, Maniac? Oh man, so good. So good, Maniac. What's up, buddy? Right, so it's like, it's not that I'm saying that should be like illegal or something like that, right? I'm just saying it's a lie. Right? You understand the difference? I like when people make money off of software. That doesn't bother me at all. But just don't like lie about it. I am saying VS would be illegal, yeah. So I'm just saying, right? So that's just not real. Right? Can anyone correct me if I'm wrong? Right? There is proprietary stuff Microsoft injects into code that gets when you install it, right? That was my understanding last time I checked. But maybe I could be wrong. The other parts all stands though.
Thinking that it happened overnight.
Why should it be illegal? What's happening? Everything. Good morning / good afternoon. What up, ZD? I mean, isn't that why there's VS Codium? That's what I think, right? That was my understanding. VS Codium is just the build of the repo, and VS Code is the build that Microsoft injects their stuff into. Yeah, that makes sense. Same with Chrome. Yep, okay. I was just making sure. I don't want to be spreading fake news, chat. I don't want to get extradited to the UK, all right? That would suck. Because both are just browsers. Yeah, that makes sense. Since both are just browsers, that's funny, man. Scodium has these things explained on the site. Okay, nice. Okay, that's what I thought. The main one that bothers me is more like PyLance and some of the other proprietary extensions. That's the thing that I don't really like. Make sure they're still setting the correct value in the struct. It's also a bit easier to read for large structs. In addition, if you ever change the layout of the struct, this version won't break, as opposed to positional initializer will break. Dashboard is down, yeah. It's down for a little bit, yeah. Pylant makes Mason outlaw. You can't install Mason. There we go. Pylance. Yeah, you can't install Pylance, yeah. We missing out on anything? We don't get to see the proprietary stuff? I'm trying to understand the downside of it not being there. I'm saying there's a bunch of extensions that only run in the official Microsoft VS, not in VS Codium even, right? And particularly ones that are made by Microsoft. So like the ones they're spending time and money on and saying that, oh, we love open source. They're saying, no, we can only run it in our open source editor. I don't think you're missing out on anything. Like, besides those extensions. Probably just you're missing out on a little bit of spying. Like maybe you feel better knowing Big Bro is like looking over your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just feel a little comfier knowing they're watching. Designated as a newer feature might need a compiler flag. I don't think any of them are going to use an old enough compiler that they can't do this. Have you ever used Neovim? I've heard of it before, yeah. Whoops. Have you looked at Zed? Yeah. Yes, that's very cool. Do you just take VS code is BS? Might do wonders, yeah. GCC defaults to C89. Teach could have been an Emacs user. I could have. Somewhere separately on some server. Yeah, extensions are not part of like the default experience. 500 years of my life supposed to be NeoVim, and so far I pay an all-in one person. Found it funny. That's a good joke then. It's worth it. Have you heard about C3? C3 seems pretty cool, yeah. I hope something better never comes. I think Zed's really cool. I think if I were Microsoft, I'd be a little bit worried. Just saying. I'd be a little bit worried. They're just going to buy Zed. I don't know that they want to sell to Microsoft. I think they had experience with that before. We'll see, though. Maybe they would. No, I don't know. I mean, I think... Have you heard about the Prime again? I've never heard of him. True, forgot about that. Yeah. I have no idea how Zed is for C# development. I don't know. I just think... So a lot of people don't... I think they don't really remember how recent VS Code like came about. Right? It wasn't... So there's a lot of people that are currently on it that I think would be willing to switch like relatively easily, all things considered, right? So I do think that like the staying power is maybe not as strong as some people think. Does that make sense? Like a lot of people use it just because it's like easy and the default, right? But what if like something else at your company becomes the default? Are you gonna be like, no, I have to stay with my untouched VS config? You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh, like Zed, sure, whatever. The same shortcuts. Oh yeah, it's faster. Wow, oh that's nice. I like how it doesn't lag. They sold the entire GitHub. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe they would sell out to Microsoft. That would be fine. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? No. The people who were at GitHub, they were working on Atom. The people who were on Atom started Zed. So I was joking. They may not want to sell out to Microsoft again. So Zed is the big editor. I don't know if it's going to be better than that or not. I'm just saying, like, I'm more just saying, like, it could be. I wouldn't be surprised if lots of people leave VS Code for something else. That's what I'm saying. Whereas some people, I think that that's like an impossibility. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Is that a fair take? I don't really know if it's a fair take or not because I'm already not using VS Code, right? That's what I feel like too. Why are we censoring the word? Because it's family-friendly stream. Right, that's what I feel like, real, right? So it's like if all of the reasons you would use VS Code could also be used for Zed. You know what I mean? But then also just like, oh, it's faster and my keyboard doesn't lag and like my battery life lives longer, right? So it's sort of where I feel like, I don't know. Could be interesting. This is awesome, WM. It's better already. I think Zed's pretty cool. And it has some features that I think VS Code will have a really hard time like implementing, particularly for like more people doing remote work and a bunch of other stuff. Right, where they have all of this like collaborative work and tracking cursors and working together, and so I don't know. So we'll see. I'm interested. I'm rooting for him. You know what I mean? I want to see him succeed. I like everybody that works there too. So The idea to have some JS running while I'm writing C is insane. That's pretty funny. They call it chord or chord? Okay. Think you're gonna like to use Neum? I think I probably would. I think I would be a fan, yeah. Yeah, well, they also have people who really love NeoVim on the team. So I think, like, I expect their Vim mode to continue to keep getting better. Yeah. So that wouldn't surprise me either. So I'm rooting for him, you know? The thing is, like, for me, I just love being able to script like random stuff. Yeah, it's available on Linux. Like, I wrote so many random. Whoops. No, not. Why do I have? Oh, right. I wrote almost 700 lines of like random Lua code. Is this still right? I think this is still probably right. Yeah, about 700 lines, maybe 500 lines of actual code to make writing my boot course like way easier. What I missed was the ability to just import my Vim config into Zed. Maybe they'll add it. It's a good idea. Right? And like this part is tough for me. Whereas like most people would think that this is like a huge downside that you could do this. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know what their status is on like scripting. I don't even know if they'll want to do that for a while. Making extensions available too early is really bad for shipping a great default out of the box experience and being able to iterate on it. Yeah, if you're used to like Golang, I'm sure Goland's debugger is better. I personally just think just open up the debugger that you want to use. Like if you just want to debug something, like open up Goland or something, that seems fine. I tell people all the time, like, I don't know why, like NeoVim doesn't have to do everything for you. If you like it for editing code, but you don't like it for debugging, you can just use something else. It seems good. What's the big deal? Choose a good scripting language when it comes to that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they'll do scripting, if they'll just expose like an API. I don't know what they're going to do. Is that because your first focus should be default experience? Only after that's perfect should extend. Yes. The main thing would be you get stuck with bad APIs. Real. Right? And so like, oh, I wish we could change this, but like we exposed this thing in the API to plugins. And so now we're going to break every plugin, right? So if you expose that too early, you basically like ossify a bunch of choices that otherwise you would like to change. Right? Even cooking. Nice. The same route as Kakwan. Wasm. Yeah, Wasm would be interesting as well. I don't know. I haven't talked to them in a while. Yep. You know if anyone still use RPC? Yeah, I think it's good. Most plugins don't need a non-Lua thing. TC, so that's sort of the big thing. There has been a little bit of work to make remote plugins like a little simpler. And so you may see a little bit of a resurgence there. I wouldn't be surprised. Some stuff like LSP should be easy at. Yep. I'm about to start the Obsidian Notes to blog long form video. How have you been? Oh, sweet, Aegis. Yeah, I've been great. What about you? Terminal shop is going great. Next week, we're going to be at Laracon. The whole terminal shop gang, and we've got a few good surprises up our sleeves. Oh, 011 roadmap. Oh, nice. We've got a few surprises up our sleeves for some goofy stuff to do. PHPCon, we're going to be there, Kev, yeah. I want to try and write some plugin in OCaml scheme. There is a pretty decent OCaml one, TC, and I know Jane Street is like actually using it. Do you just have coffee beans up your sleeve? That would have been pretty funny. I don't have that right now, but that would have been really good, ZD. It would have been good. What about the basketball game? That's happening. I don't want to do any too big of spoilers about it right now, because I don't remember what we're publicizing before, but it's still going to happen. Still use that joke at Laracon. You've got a good point. You got a great point. Is there one for Haskell? Oh, there might be one, yeah. They're really not that hard to implement. Like, the most of it, like, the simple part of it is just like an RPC thing, but there probably is one. But I have an interview with Daddy Bezos and the F1 team. Oh, that's cool. Nice. Well, good luck on the job hunt. It's like Marvel in here. You got to be careful with what you do. Exactly. I don't want to be Tom Holland. Okay. I don't want to be the Tom Holland of terminal.shop. That's ain't that the truth? You see the finish line, you must be rusting on the last meters. That one's a bit of a stretch. Terminal shop ship worldwide? No. Still US only, maybe Canada. We'll see when we're going to do expansions. Problem is we're still working on a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of things. How can I say it? Like in optimizing the whole pipeline process. So I don't know. We'll see. It's not Milton Keynes. What? This guy's deep with the keyboards. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it's pretty much like I just wanted an ortholinear curved concave keyboard that was split, and Dactyl's pretty much the one you'd go for then. Or you could go for Kinesis, promo code Prime, or the Primogen, or I don't know. I don't know what his promo code is for that. You can do that as well. Those keyboards are cool. Now you're probably tired of this. How can I make it so that this is CLSCG? This you can follow this with typedef. In fact, so you can optionally skip over get instructed name. In this case, it'll be struct name. In general, I give name to both, but only refer to typedef type. I want to buy Dactyl also. I end up buying Moonlander. Oh, nice. Yeah, Moonlander's good. I really like the concavity, but I think split ortholinear is a big win compared to like regular keyboards. Code Prime can't read. True. Didn't end well. Yeah. I think a better strategy for us is over time we slowly expand into other places by getting local roasters. That's what I would way rather do. Open to, but if it's in a supermarket, it kind of defeats the purpose. Like, I don't know. It would be sad if we were in supermarkets. I would be sad. Like, the purpose is that it's a fun joke for software developers and good coffee. And it's actually hard to get fun jokes into stores, and it's also hard to get good coffee into stores. So I would be kind of sad. I would feel like we failed. I agree, but like you said, good cut. Terminal.supermarket. Okay, you got a point there. You got a point there. People like getting stuff they want quickly. Make stuff touch grass. Oh, that's a good point. I'm wanting to get concave. I'm using corn right now, but kind of want more keys to press. Yeah, that makes sense, Blakey. I really like my Dactyl. Okay, so this one's good, and then I think this is pretty simple. Coordinate T, coordinate T. So this one's pretty easy. These all run, right? Yeah, that's fine. And we just need to check coordinate T. Yep, so that's good. That one's easy. Type def here. Yep, those are all good. And this should just be here. Oh, this, though, should be this. That's what we want to have happen at the end. Okay. Okay, awesome. Murder from church up pretty quickly. Yeah, inside the US, it's fast. Do you stream off your Delio and then just use your Lemur Pro on the go? So I have, like this is my Mira desktop that you're looking at, but I have a separate stream like PC that's actually doing the like OBS and whatnot. And then sometimes I use Lemur Pro. Sometimes I have like a Mac for my work, but I just use it to SSH in back so that my wife can still figure out how to do stuff on the computer too if I need. I don't really do any work on the go, basically. So it just depends what I'm doing. Most of the time I just SSH back to here, and then I just use NeoVim from my SSH connection. I don't really like working anywhere else. So it just depends. Teach hates Go, confirmed. Yes, I hate Go so much that I've decided to stop. You don't mind the latency with SSH? Well, most of the time where I'm on the go, Kev, I'm in my house, sitting upstairs on the couch. That's my on the go. My on the go. I have 3 kids. Yeah, I'm not leaving the house unless it's a big deal. You know what I mean? The amount of work to get them into the car, I'm tired by the time we're in the car. You know what I mean? What am I going to do? So I mean, sometimes I just use like the Mac as is and do local stuff, but most of the time I just like SSH back to here and it's fine. Or if I'm going to do like more dev, then maybe I take my Lemur. But it's like, it's just pretty rare that I do anything. Not here. Do you then use Tmux? For what? No, I just SSH directly in and just do NeoVim stuff. Oh, NeoVim Maker? Where do you work? This is my job. Doing things on stream. Unfortunately, working on OSS is generally not a very good way to make money. So we do other things too. Although most of the stuff ends up being like open or at least open adjacent. How do you guys usually troll your colleagues when they're keeping the PC unlocked? I haven't worked in the person in like 5 years. Longer than that, maybe. 2024. Yeah, so I don't know. No, I don't have any good trolls anymore. It's been a long time. Beep, boop, and talk. Exactly. Mm-hmm. You understand. How you used to? Best one is you can put something in their NeoVim config that randomly changes. Like, it does something where, like, when you press J, 1 out of every 10 times, it will instead press K. Thanks, honey. Oh, chat. Sweet, I got some chicken nuggets. Want a YouTube? That'd be a good idea, Kev. I need to make some YouTube videos. All my YouTube time has been building this course. I've got a long list of things I need to do. Sleep 1 to 0. Oh, that's a good one. I think she just made a bunch of them for the kiddos, and I got some too. Make a resize mode? What do you mean, Ahmad? Where is the course will be on boot deb, and hopefully within the next month, Mandeep. Experience with ghosting compared to Western? Mostly the same. I don't have any big comparisons. How do you stay active? I play basketball a few times a week with some friends, and I have a dog that I take for walks, and my kids like to do things outside. I don't feel any difference. I always felt Western was fast. I also feel Ghosty is fast. I don't have a big, but I don't really know. It just seems fine to me. How do you SSH properly? SSH terminal.shop. Oh, mouse sensitivity. That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh, monitor orientation is good. I would do like I would do something like this. I would go like Vim
Recursion.
map
It's
set
a difficult
normal
topic,
mode.
but I think I finally have the best definition.
J function end. If math dot random 110 is 1, then Vim dot command normal K. Else Vim. Actually, we could go expr is true. Return K. Else return J. I think this will work, right? Yeah. So if I spam J, sometimes it goes up. This one's a good one. What's up, Dingus? Like this one will get them confused. You know what I mean? Something along these lines, that's the good one to do. And if you're really evil, you put this in like local share nvim plugin, you know, something like this, right? So it's not in the regular init. You put it in like, you know, local share nvim site. You put it in like here, right? So they can't even find it. Oh, screenshot of desktop, remove the icons. That's a classic too, Johnny. That is a classic, yep. Why are you guys using NixOS to manage his neoconfig? He's already trolled himself. There's no need to do anything else. He's already trolled himself. Nix.css can fix that, true. I guess I'm trolling myself. You like can't even edit a random file? Is everything in Nix? Oh, NixOS. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you've trolled yourself. Oh, set desktop to blue screen of death. That's good. That's a good one too. Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Yeah, the whole OS. That's pretty tough. Tough to do a troll. I do think this one's pretty good though. That's a pretty good one. Because it's like, dude, that one, they're going to be like, why is this happening? You know what I mean? They're just pressing J, and then every once in a while they go up. I just shot that edamame. Where did it go? Okay, found it. I think JetBrains is pretty good. JetBrains is the real trolling. I used some PyCharm when I was writing Python full time at one of my first startups that I did, and it was okay. Would adjust the victim's download bandwidth. Oh, that's a good one. Slow downloads. What's going on? That's a good one. So I don't know. All those I think are pretty good. Let me go pee quick, chat. I'll be right back. We had a guy using Arch. All the trolling needed was an update of the packages. That's pretty funny. That's a good one, too. I had to support a Chromebook running Arch. You want to download, and just wondering why I was slow. Your patch is less than 10 years old. Nice. I used to code on a Chromebook in college. Pretty underrated, honestly. The amount of battery life I got out of that thing. Oh, man. Did you delete my binary version next time I was compiling everything? I was first wondering. Well, everything was taking hours? Yeah, that makes sense. BTR. No. Last dot next. Last. Is it not assert pointer null? Assert pointer equal. Nice. What's the color scheme? It's called Groove, buddy. It's my color scheme. I put it not in my runtime path, Johnny. It's not real. Don't worry, don't worry. Just a random Lua file. Got a break since I was told I need to run CFD. Yeah. All right, so that one seems pretty good. That one's pretty simple. Forward declaration and type def for node T. Oh yeah, let's go back to here. Let's do this. This is basically going to be the same thing. So what did I say here? No, dashboard is just broken right now. Sorry. Yeah, we could have something that flip switches Maniac. That'd be funny. Can we unify the words of chord versus coordinate? I think the only time I say chord is in the file name. Oh, they know how to do this. We can do this right now. We don't need to write it out the other way. Oh. We can, I'll put it, okay, I'll put that here. Go back and make sure we are consistent with chord versus coordinate for everything. Okay, that's fine. I'll do that. I can do that later. It's really not a big deal because they're not like our end ones, but it's okay. We can try and make sure we're doing it. I like having everything be as good as we can make it. So, you know what I mean? Okay, great. Yeah, those are good. I am pretty happy with this. Designator C need to maintain order. They do not. I am really. This is because CPUs don't like accessing data that isn't aligned. Incredible oversimplification alert. Since obviously CPUs don't have feelings yet. So C inserts padding so that different fields can still be aligned on word or byte boundaries. I was really happy with that joke, chat. I don't care if you don't like it, because I'm happy with it. However, these layouts can vary depending on the file and start trigger. We'll explore padding more in the next lesson. Anthropomorphize all the things. Yeah. Well, I don't really think computers will ever get feelings, but separate issue. Separate issue. Simulation feelings the same as feeling? No. I don't think so. There are a bunch of... I still haven't watched her. Except I did watch the OpenAI thing, so I think I got most of the movie, right? A bunch of complicated rules and heuristics that different compilers use to turn out a wider structure. I'm going to cover all the rules. The first one I'm trying to show you is fields of structure are laid out memory contiguously next to each other, instructing varying size depending on how they are laid out. This helps you start to see is in many ways the language is focused on giving you a syntax to describe and interact with memory. Of course, compilers plus modern hardware plus optimization plus skill issues mean that sometimes what you think the computer is going to do isn't exactly what it actually does, but mental model of C being a language for interacting with memory in the computer is a very useful one. This model will also help you understand what other languages must be doing to manage memory, which we will get to once we get to the garbage collection section of the course. Here's a ridiculous example of two structs, one with good and one with poor alignment. In normal use, the behavior isn't something to be worried about. The tweet was like, people who are saying kind words to the LM model. Yeah, I saw that one. It's very funny. Yeah. Yeah, I don't... like computers can't get personhood. So in my mind, it's okay. You might have a different philosophy of what it means to be a person, but that's okay. Yeah, that was a really great. It was a very funny one. Of course, for some people, their perspective is that your brain is just that, but I don't think so, right? So I think we're, as Prime likes to say, hylomorphic, right? It's one of Prime's favorite words. Right. We can perfectly simulate neurons in our brains. Surely they will feel too. No, because I think we are more than just our physical bodies. Like, I think we have a soul. Screaming Roomba? I don't know if I've seen that one, though. Hylomorphic. Like, composed of 2 parts. Or something like that. It's just the idea that we have a body and a soul. Forcing, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yes, I think God exists. Agreed. Although I don't think it's like strictly required to think so. Like in the sense of you probably could still think some of those things without that. But yes, I do think so. Oops. Oh, yeah. Classic. Wasn't. What did I do? So our streams had content in that was not flushed. Oh, do I need to add a new line for this? Oh, that's funny. I didn't know we needed that for boot. 16. Okay, nice. That's not what I thought it was going to be. Because it runs differently on here. Because it must be that int is smaller. Got it. It lays it out smaller inside of here. Okay, well that's good to know. That's why I tested this. Char. Okay, so we'll need to change this to be. What did we say? 16. In online playground. Might be different. Okay. Is LMs just Nalgo, which is trying to guess the next word? I don't see any humanity in this. Well, but some people would say that that's all. That's what our brains are, right? So it kind of depends. Even if you can't control. Yeah. That was So it's human tendency to move the goalposts and allowing stuff to be human. Which way are you talking about, Johnny? Hey, Bankster. I don't think our brains are that simple. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't either. I also think that there's more going on than just our physical brains. So like, that would make it so I don't think LLMs can be people, you know. But that's okay. We can all disagree and still love each other, you know, which is pretty cool. I do not think LLMs have a soul. Maybe not yet. No, I don't think they will at any point, right? But that's fine. Okay, so we need to do this, and when we look at this here, we have this one, right? If I print this here and I click run here, this will be a different size, right? 20. Beautiful. Okay. Really, because we're different machine learning models and human brain interactions every time we cross around way closer to humans, will come with new criteria to not have to deal with the terror of having to put a finite set of characters on when we human. Well, that's why. So, where is the? Dang it! Where is the clip? Like, context. LLM. Oh shoot. Time lapse. Here you go. So this one here. People I know like this one. So in this video, I was explaining how the karate one. I did a like my church does a thing like once or twice a year where at night on Sundays we do like electives basically, where it's like smaller self-contained courses. I did one about what up, Petri? About AI and the image of God, like theology of image of God and dealing with AI and stuff. And of course, me being the professional streamer, software developer, doing a talk about AI, I recorded it on the iPad that they had me do in time-lapse mode. So literally that's what my talk looked like, was this. This is what the whole thing looked like. No sound, just me moving around really fast for an hour and a half time condensed into, 2 minutes. And like the absolute humility that it gives you of being the tech guy who recorded in time-lapse mode. Yeah, tough, chat, tough, yep. Partial chat from all different platforms. It probably is, Jay, yeah. Humbling moment, exactly. So anyways, but in that we one of the things we talked about was like what we would define as like the thing that makes like something human, right? Imago Dei, right? And that was a fun conversation, but I scuffed it completely, which hurt emotionally. And then another week I recorded it and it had no audio because for some reason the microphone's Bluetooth connected, but it didn't do anything. So I just had a microphone and I had it lapelled on the whole time and it did nothing. So like 2 out of the 6 weeks were scuffed, which is insane. It hurt pretty bad. It hurt pretty bad, chat. It hurt pretty bad. Common IRL activity L. Exactly. You've got a good point, though. Like, the worse I am at electronics, the better computer person I am, probably. Yeah, that makes sense. But it hurt pretty bad. Putting the L in IRL. Many such cases, Chad. Many such cases. And then, like... So... the pastor of my church, he's like pretty similar age to me. We've been good friends for a long time. And he's like so not technically literate. And I always give him a hard time about so many things. You can imagine him giving me a hard time about that. He's like, well, at least I can record, on an iPad. Okay, thanks. You don't even know what a computer is, basically. You know what I mean? It's like every time he has to make a tech decision, he calls me and I help him. And the best part recently was he wanted to get a new laptop and he was like deciding between a few different ones. And I told him, you probably want to go just like 1 or 2 steps up from the tier you're like looking at here, like maybe 200 or 300 bucks more. Cause like you'll end up wanting to use it more, you know what I mean? And you like want to use it around the house or like whatever, and so you'll be happier if you just do this. And you're like, I don't know, whatever. And then he listened to my advice, but then we were talking about it later. He goes, every time I open it around the house, I get a little bit angry because I like feel like I'm subtly saying that you were right. And I'm like, I'm glad I'm living rent free up there, buddy. I'm just living up there rent free, Oh man, so good. No, he got a MacBook like Air or something. I don't remember which one exactly. No, he has Mac other stuff, so it made sense to go Mac for him. But it was just very funny. Rent free with room service, exactly. He's like, it makes me want to go sit back down in my office. You know? Simply proves you're not an idiot. Exactly. They're made for lowest common denominator, and I'm operating on a different plane of existence. Yeah, I'm just on a different plane of existence. That's the problem. I'm playing 4D chess. They're playing checkers. Of course I'm going to mess up the recording on an iPad. Is something not complicated to a non-developer and end up getting so much finding out how stuff is coupled to the point where you need to explain game. Yeah, trying to explain some of the things like on stream to my wife and stuff is a little bit complicated sometimes. I'm familiar with the feeling, yeah. Okay, Strux, done. Chat, we're cruising right now. Oh my goodness, we've been doing so much work, chat. We were teaching Windows to my father and started double clicking the CD-ROM eject button. Don't try to explain Kubernetes. Exactly. Yes, agreed. I don't even know what it is. Except like a good way to turn VC money into like losing money. That's all I know so far about Kubernetes is you can take VC money, you put it through Kubernetes, and you end up bankrupt. That's the only like process that I understand how Kubernetes works. Other than that, I don't really have any context on the technology. Stream full timer also. I am, yeah. Ooh, what's this? Oh, just a few more edamames. Excuse me, I have something works, and 2 minutes later, their eye glaive over. Yep. Big money burner machine. Trust me, bro. Just one more cluster. One more cluster. You start things breaks, auto scale it up. If a lot. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I know what it does, generally speaking. Virtual time, exactly, yep. No, so we're making courses, we're doing terminal shop, making YouTube videos. I was seeing what happens. Look, they don't even know what it is. Could be. Oh, I saw that book. Everyone aside from him was way more interested. Yeah. We've got a few similar ones for the kiddos. Dude, it's been hype though. My oldest, he's going to be 4 soon. He started to like listening to like chapter books. Oh, yeah. And Galen just read him Chronicles of Narnia. Well, Lion, Witch, and Wardrobe. She's reading the other ones to him. It's like, oh, that's hype. Yeah, Bassie, I believe that. We're reading Treasure Island right now, me and him. Pretty exciting. Oh, nice. What's up, Freeze? Okay. So, unlike Golang, language related in 1970s, he has the concept of an enum. Enum is short for enumeration. It's going to be used to declare a set of possible constants that are related to each other, and C enums are always an integer value. By default, they start at 0 and count up from 0. The next lesson will show you how to set them to particular values. In short, enums are just integers with names that can be checked by the compiler. You know, it's possible in this case the days of the week. Struct uses find fields. Well, we already wrote that. The struct would have enum as a field. After defining the enum, you can use it like any other type in a struct. All right, I wanted to sort of say, like, if you are getting confused about the difference between an enum and a struct, or when you would want to use either one of them, think about it like enum, collection of values. Struct is a collection of fields. I use Docker Compose and Prod. Seems good. Nice. Are we meeting right now? I don't think so. Use Odin, by the way. And same thing as you to make a game. It is simple and good, though. Thoughts on Go not having enums? Huge mistake. Big L. Unbelievable L. He's literally keeping all of his info bare metal with Docker Compose. Nice. Not gonna make it. Or definitely gonna make it. Did I say difference? Difference, thank you, between enum and struct. When you would want to use either one of them, think about it like this. Enum is a collection of values. Of possible values. Struct is a collection of fields. What did I make this one? Oh yeah, I just said make red, green, blue. We don't need this. Define a color T enum here. Create a color T enum with red, blue, and green values. No one started conspiracy, but new Twitch live showed me Prime and Thor before I got to you. Very suspicious. Very suspicious. We got used to writing Odin within an hour. Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. It's really good. I think I'm going to assuming we get everything done with the course, we wrap up a few other things. I would like to spend maybe like a few more days just working on that one, on that game in Odin, just to get a better feel for it. And then maybe make a video about my thoughts on Odin. But it's fun. It's fun to write. It's fun to write. Feels fast. Seems good, you know? I really want to try some of its like subtyping stuff. And a few of its like return things. I know, Petri. Am I right? I know. You're changing your whole personality now, aren't you? Like, it felt really good. So I'm thinking about writing some more of it. Just because it seemed pretty fun. Petri, we could work on my scam surfers together if you wanted, you know? Moving left and right, shooting stuff down the lanes, etc. Really happy that most programming things seem to go to simplicity these days. Yeah, it was just different problem domains for different things, right? They're like trying to target that. Scam servers. Bassie, I did 1 day of Odin last week. Right here. And we made this game. Oh, I missed my power up. Shoot, I'm dead. I'm dead. Big L. I was too fast. Press enter. Big W. W's in the chat, boys. Give me the W's in the chat. Odin just clicks. I know. It's really good. So we built this in less than a day, Bassie. I'd never written a line of the language, and we wrote that in 1 day. Isn't that crazy? That seems crazy. You know what I mean? It was like a lang that has lots. It has Raylib built in and some other stuff too. But I mean, like, the language itself is just simple. We love you. So, like, it has Raylib vendored. So it has Raylib vendored at the start. But, like, so many things that you just want to do are just so easy. Like Lua simple, yes. Yep. But it's manually managed memory. So it's not... Yes, true. You can just guess the right thing. That's the other part. There's lots of, it feels very cohesive altogether. Odin better than Go. The only problem is, like, if I was going to write something in Go, it's because I'd be worried. How can I say this? Most things I would write in Go, it's like some random CRUD backend, right? Or not quite CRUD. It can expand past CRUD. But then it's like it is nice to have garbage collection. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's actually nice to not have to think about it. So it's like, would I pick it as like a SaaS backend thing? I don't know. Maybe. But it seems kind of annoying to like keep track of all my strings. You know? Right? Like, I don't know. L API 32. You are right. You are right on that one. It seems great for games. It seems amazing for games. I could see myself writing like a command line utility thing with this, right? Like I can know when I need to free things. It's not long running, blah blah blah. Maybe a GUI, yeah. You know? But it's like hard to imagine when I pick it for a SaaS backend. I've never written a SaaS backend that's not in a garbage collected language. I mean, I've done some Rust, but like Rust also helps you with memory management, right? By like doing ownership. I've never done it in completely manual memory managed language. You know what I'm saying? Nacho, within the next month. Doesn't have the package. That's a separate problem as well. Yep. That's a separate problem as well. But like, I'm an OCaml fan, right? So like, lack of packages doesn't necessarily scare me. It would be cool for us to do NeoVim in Odin. You know? Write some NeoVim in Odin. And maybe instead of Zig. But I think we're on the Zig train. Beefredo really likes it. So, I don't know. But I think we already put build Zig, right? Like, I think Beefredo is already doing some Zig shenanigan things, right? Or did he not actually merge it? He just has it as a PR. He has it as... Got it. He has it as a PR, where he's exploring the idea. Well, Beefredo's thinking about it. But like, at least for build Zig, which is pretty funny. Build type build Zig. Zig is you can file C code, which means you don't have to write Zig. That would be pretty Zig. Yeah. So like, so I don't know. So we would have to, I don't know that Odin makes sense to do for it, but like I really liked Odin. Can you write C and Zig in the same file? That'd be interesting. I don't know if it's something NeoVim needs though. There are a lot of really gnarly build things in NeoVim, and it would be nice for doing things like tree sitter parsers and other stuff to like move more of those things to Zig. And like, it would be nice to not write C forever, you know, or certain parts of it could be Zig or something instead, right? Like, but the first step to tricking people into getting Zig in their project is to turn their build system into Zig. Because now they have Zig. Right? So it's like you tricked them. You tricked them into trying out Zig because you put it into the build. Right? It's a genius strategy. And then you just start putting Zig files in. Exactly. Like, we already have Zig, and we already have a build system in Zig. So, like, what if I just wrote the new feature in Zig? Oh, yeah, sure, that's fine. That's fine. Go for it. Yeah. Boom. Done. Genius. We should make OCamel's build system so good we could do the same thing. You know? I actually think Dune is really cool, but I think I will see what happens once Dune is the complete like package manager too. I'm excited for that. We'll see. I told Shy Rai that I wanted to build my photo sharing app in Elixir and Phoenix with him. But like every day I'm tempted to say, never mind. I'm just going to try and go hard on it in OCaml. But it just seems like such a bad idea. It just seems like such a bad idea comparatively. What did I make for the... What was I thinking for this? Assignment. Set your colors to... We're gonna go red, 5, blue, 10. We could do like this 1, oops, 2, green, 4. 100 error, actually considered error code. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't really, it's fine. We're not gonna get too distracted on that. Like, I don't want to figure out why package 3 doesn't work with package 2. This is why you need the Odin strategy. No package manager. Just vendor it. Can you tell I write Rust? I can. You already told us. I'm the entire Saturday finding the most obscure compile errors in Zig. I'm just super neg about it at the moment. Nice. Nice. And then you tried Odin and it just worked? Did it literally go like that? Is that what happened? When did you tweet at me about it? I don't remember. Spreading the Nick's gospel is allowed. Yes, of course. We don't let people try and proselytize Arch because the outcomes are net negative for your life, even if they're good for programming. But at least with Nix, you can continue to reproduce because it has reproducible builds. So that part makes sense. Sunday. Yeah, okay, that's funny. That's funny. I mean, Odin is it's so cool. I really like it. I really want to try and do the game for a little bit longer. We'll see. And, of course, you got to censor VS. That's pretty much the only rules. Complete. 1, 4. Wait, why did I make it? I should make it, there should be green and blue. Oops. Equals 1. Oops. Whoopsies. Equals 2. Oh my goodness. Perfect. Why don't you just try catch in main? Arch made us use thighs. That was bad for you. Exactly. Exactly. I'm trying to help you. There's a game on your GitHub. I made a PR and I might add. Oh, nice. Yeah. I'll push it. I'll push it right now. It's nowhere right now, but I can make a repo for it. Yeah. Oops. I wanted to do new repo. I was going to call it cool scamming shooter.odin. Cool. But we'll call it css.odin. Cool scamming shooter in Odin. Get a knit. I don't have a get ignore. It just does nothing in here. Oh, right. Because it just builds into that cool scamming shooter. Cool scamming shooter. What are in assets? Yeah, those are fine. Assets, road, TGA. We didn't need that one. Get remote, add origin. GitHub.com, TJ DeVries. Cool. Oh, I just called it CSS. I just called it CSS open. All right, there you go. $40C outside, and I would have been negative net. That makes sense. That makes sense. I wouldn't call this code amazing either. Yeah, that sounds good. The one thing I wanted to try later, so I'm going to do this later, is I didn't know about using inside of structs when I started this. So I want to put like body or something. I don't know what it is. Update readme MD. Boom. Started, boys. I wanted to try that, like the subtyping stuff, but I didn't know about it when I was writing it. I found it later as I was reading through the docs again for the interview. Boom, bop, boom, bop, boom, bop. Baby. Hey, see you, Patrick. Good hanging. Good seeing you. All right, I'm gonna go grab a little more coffee, and we'll keep cruising. Okay, I was wrong. I already drank all the coffee. Upgraded to share stream. Downgraded back to me. Welcome, Grover. Waffle. Turns out I drank it all. So, whoops. Oh my god. Maybe we should do this. We can have a return charge star. Better than coffee at... No, it's fine. I also drink coffee at night. Dogs, it's for quality assurance purposes. It's good. It's a good idea. I can stop anytime I wanted to. It's fine. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Totally fine. Let's do this instead. Quality plus equals coffee. Coffee. Actually, I think this is better. So let's go assert string equal, and let's call this we should call this print. Let's say error to string, something like this, and then change this to error to string. HTTP code didn't see this. Very brave. Well, we're not actually doing that. Don't worry. Error to string. And we should say that's a little annoying. Let's just call it toString. I don't care. It's so bad. HTTP to stir. There we go. I actually like that better. Assembly when? We're probably not going to do that. So cool what you've done just a minute ago. Oh, the macro, Darcy? You want to runs in my veins is coffee. Then order it in terminal.shop. Your favorite SSH? Favorite SSH terminal coffee destination. You know? Probably could have macroed this too, but I don't feel, just don't feel it right now, to be honest. Let's just get rid of internal server. I don't even need it. This should probably just be teapot. Let's do that. It's a little long. Oh, right. This should be like... Okay. What is this one? What did I say? What did I say? HTTP not found. Oh, yeah, that's just scuffed. Okay. Just drink milk. Nice. Sweet. Test switch enum. Sweet. Awesome. That's much better. Just drank milk. Why do people ask on YouTube chat? What, Krishan? What are you asking? Tea with some milk. Tea with milk is good. Permissions. Can write. This one is a good one. We're not gonna do this though. Well, like we don't use it anywhere else in the course. Should we do this? Should we include it? It's a nice, like, it's kind of fun as like a thing, just for their knowledge. Knowledge. That's what I love is knowledge, man. Because he reads YouTube chat too. I sure do. You're right, coding youngster. I do. Building HTTP server in C? No. It's just using it as an example for enums. The goal is to create 2 simple garbage collectors in the course. Like, I do think this one is pretty fun. Enum representing open mode. Like, knowledge, man. Knowledge. I just can't decide if it's worth it because we're not going to use this, like, feature of enums in the rest of the course. So I don't know. I'll leave it as a question. Questions. Okay. This is in enums. Do we include the flag lesson? I'm not sure it adds a lot for the overall course, and we have to introduce binary math and whatnot as well, unless maybe they did that earlier. I will talk to Lane about that. I'm saying, like, doing like this kind of thing where you say, like, oh, read, write, append, read or write, like this kind of thing. Build a 1025th multi-chat solution, though. Are you saying, like, so you can chat between different things or what? And enum for the state of the garbage collector, like running or scanning, etc. Yeah, but I don't want to add it, like, just like for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really need to. We don't need to do that. So I don't know. The only reason I would include it is because I sort of like it as a concept to get them thinking about these things, but I don't know that we're gonna do it. All right, and then we already did an example here where they need to print these. That's great. And then this is they need to add the prints. Awesome. Okay. I thought you and Prime only replied to Twitch chat, but I'm wrong. You are wrong. That's correct, YouTube chatter. I wanted to switch on Twitch and say thank you for your lazy VM setup. Oh, like with Kickstarter or what, Krishan? Yeah, so all of chat gets displayed on screen. I think so. I might do it, but I think it's against TOS, anyways. I mean, you could put them in 2 separate ones, but I don't want to have like 8 different. I don't want to have like 8 different things. You know what I mean? Yeah, Kickstarter. Oh, very cool. Nice. Glad you like it. Life is fake YouTube chatters. True. Merging YouTube and Twitch chat? I think so, yeah. For Twitch, which is like hilarious. Who does Twitch think they're kidding? That we've never heard of YouTube? You know what I mean? Like, oh! Holy cow! Guys, did you know YouTube exists? I never heard of it. You can just watch videos there? Guys, it's like television. It's like the television. Well, Ibra, I mean, is Twitch really going to come and get you? Like, I don't think so. You know what I mean? It's just kind of, I have to look into it myself. Because I didn't make this one, but I want to add it to my thing to doing these. I want to have my own chat sort of solution. But it's just one of those things where you're like, really, Twitch? Yeah, Mage, we're not even getting that, like, far in the GC. We're not worrying about stuff like scheduling it and all the other things like that. They don't even stream, so not my problem. Nice. The biggest video platform ever. Then they show, yeah. Yeah, merged and Twitch chat. Okay, CTT. Who is, I feel like I should probably know who CTT is because the way that you abbreviated that, but I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know. I mean, someone had told me it was against TOS. Chris Titus Tech. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. The thing is, like, it could be against TOS, and Twitch never does anything about it. Because what is their plan? You know what I mean? Like, oh, we banned this streamer for multi-streaming, and YouTube is like, okay, well, you can stream on our platform. Would they just leave? What's the win there for Twitch? The chat experience is better in Twitch. Like, you know, like, for people who really want to chat, they mostly go to Twitch. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. We have a lot of good jokes about unions in this one. Also merge Twitch and Discord chat and YouTube chat. Oh, cool. All right, well, maybe I'll do it anyways. Oh. Quality superior. Yeah. Yeah, the new YouTube. Yeah, which for anything besides coding scheme, like, matters. For mine, I'm not sure how much it really matters, but yeah. I think so. Well, in the course of showing awesome in practice, not just doing the bare minimum. What do you mean not adding some techniques? I'm not even sure what you're asking about. I wouldn't consider this the bare minimum. Cries in Australia. Yeah. Like, we're going to implement 2 toy garbage collectors. I don't think that that's the bare minimum for learning C. It's just I'm not going to go deep into garbage collector, like, the point isn't spend a bunch of time learning random garbage collector tricks. That's not the point of the course. You know what I mean? But that's, like, all of that is super useless for the point of the course. Oh, we're going to do Void Star. Yeah, of course. We have to use Void Star. We're going to use Void Star. Yeah. The point of it is learn memory management, right? It's like, it's for backend devs to get a picture of, like, what the heck even is memory? What does my garbage collector do for me? Not like, you're going to write a language after this and implement a garbage collector from scratch. You know what I'm saying? So the point is tricking them into figuring that stuff out by building 2 simple ones. Does that make sense? You follow me? Like, we're literally just tricking them into learning about it on accident as they build these. They will be rewriting LLVM to learn how your programming language works. That would be interesting. I really don't know anything about LLVM, so it would be kind of fun sometime to try something, but yeah. We don't want another Java. Okay, I do have to workshop this joke still. I need to go to my telescope one and go... Oops. Oops. How many works at the physical level? At the physical level is crazy. Had me laughing with the joke. Thank you. We're definitely gonna do it in unions. Workshop the first joke. We're definitely gonna do the unions joke and Googlers complaining. And why Go doesn't have one. Like, I think that's a nice 1-2 punch as a good joke. But we got to figure out sort of like what it really is, though. You know what I mean? Like, Lane did say I can do the joke, though. I got permission. Convinced most programming is being good at asking the right thing in a search engine. I mean, it's a skill you probably need to have, but I don't think it's most programming. We won't do this one. How do unions work? They don't. That one's too far for the course, but it's still funny, though. What's up, Aho? Takes me back when I was watching Chill Tomato do on YouTube. This guy literally created a whole framework, a simplified API to learn bit by bit how to program. Oh, nice. Very cool. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's like more the goal that I'm shooting for, right? Is like along those kinds of ideas. But we're not gonna get to professional grade garbage collectors. That's just not. It's not on the docket for the course. Oh yeah, yep. Well, we're working on the course. Yep, and at the end we implement 2 toy garbage collectors. Yeah. Object kind, integer, and string, type def, union, object data. Consider our snake lang that we're working towards implementing. Implementing. No, that's an E. There we go. What does DS stand for? The GC. What data structure for the G? Oh, what data structure? Well, for the ref counting one, it's just integers counting. For the for the mark and sweep one, we're just gonna use like a stack basically and push things on and off the stack, just because we already have one for that. And honestly, probably faster than a linked list anyways, instead of pointer chasing all the time. But that's fine. Suppose we have a snake object T type. It's also, once again, the point isn't learn everything, it's to get a good feel. Which will hold the data for every kind of object available in snake lang. Oh, nice. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, oh, by the way, like I'm just going back and editing. We're like, I gotta edit. I gotta make sure all of the like exercises are polished and like synced between everything, and record a few videos. Done. So like we're far.
Ask me what 9 times F is.
Classic millennial. This course is for the vibes only. Polish. Right, we're polishing the course right now. We're polishing the course. You have a third kid, how do you do it? Well, I quit my job so I can spend time on it. So that's number 1. The third kid is a motivator to get paid. But also, I've been working on it for a long time. You know, horizontal scaling. Yeah, actually, my kids are the ones play testing the course at the moment. I figure if my 4-year-old can solve it, you guys are all going to be fine. At least most of you. Do I call this snake object kind? Snake object kind. I do call it that later, right? So we can call it snake object kind, snake kind. T. Alex, in your code font, unfollowed. Okay, bye. Alpha testers. Yeah, my kids are not going to be beta testers. My kids are all alphas. That's correct. 2 to 4 years. It only took 2 weeks. You should be able to do this. Yeah. Let's call this snake data. We'll just call this snake kind and snake data. Well, we called it other places that. Did I call it snake object data? T? Oh, that's a long name. I did, though. Okay. Well, I'll have to keep it then. The first thing we do is create a snake object kind T type. This type, this value, this enum will tell us what the type or kind is of the snake object T. This is a common pattern in C where you create an enum that tracks the type of the kind of item, and then a union that where each, how would you say this? Instance. Yeah, that's good. And then a union where each kind can store different data. Snake lang. That do be the joke. That do be the joke. So then we do this, right? For now, the examples we will work with are just integer and string. Later, we will fill out our type system a bit more for snakelang. After we have created our snake object kind, we can do this. This union will hold data for snake object T. Since right now we only have integer and string, we just store an int field and a char star field. Oops. Probably want to say later though, don't I call this like v int and stuff? I think I call this v int for like value. One possible convention you can have for union types is to prefix the name of the field with something like v, which can be a helpful reminder that you need to check and make sure you actually have this kind of data. C doesn't care if you store an int into the snake object data field and then read it back as a char star. So you have to be very careful when interacting with union in C. Yo, Razo, Twitch seems broken. Thanks for the raid, I guess. You got some advice on how to get into tooling. What do you mean? What do you mean get into tooling? Yo, what up, Brett? Now that we have our kind and data types, we can create a snake object T type. I'm mainly doing web dev stuff at work, but I would love to get into dev tooling. You could try and build some tooling stuff for you at your own work. You know what I mean? Like either recreating stuff or building something that can help out your company. Those are good starts. Good. Trying to find a song with good bass so I can blast my headphones and I'm writing code. Very nice. We're just cleaning up the C course because it's like, you know, we're at the cleanup phase of the course. Private stream because you're cooler. Thanks, Jabroni. You can build DevTools website. Why does Twitch allow rating when I'm not live? I don't know. That is kind of weird. You can set stuff so that like people can't raid with less than a certain amount of things, but I haven't had to do it. The main language is OCaml. Well, just in case you need to interface with FFI, Priv. You know what I'm saying? Just for interfacing. Okay. Mirror snake object T type. I think we probably need to do like union syntax. And then we can use union examples. We need to include something here probably about how to do it. We should just do something really simple like type def union int or string. Actually, I'll do int or float because that's like easier to understand. Int or float. T. Int, integer, I, float, F. Yeah, so how do we want to... Please don't allow people raiding with party of one, or dummy like me will keep raiding. Well, then you just get permabanned. That's fine. Or I can set it to a value higher than 1. I just don't have it. I don't have that. What's up, Mr. K? Permaban, easy. It's simple. Like if people are doing annoying stuff and they're being annoying, you just permaban them. It's better for everybody. Better for that person. They find out that behavior is dumb. Better for everyone else because they're happy, you know? Do 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 dee 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 do that. How long have you been programming? For like 10 years. I got a dactyl maniform, Andre. Okay, so we should explain the syntax a little bit. Type of union enter float. Well, we can just do this at first. Actually, let's go like this. Can also use type def syntax. Yeah, you're fine right now, Razo. You were just testing it. That's fine. You know what I mean? In those 10 years, when did you learn Vim confidently? I don't know. I pretty much started on NeoVim, like when I started programming seriously. So, like, around 10 years ago. I had a few, like, jobs where I didn't use NeoVim all the time, but I was still using it, like, a lot of the time during those years. Oh, nice, Andre. Very cool. We can also do this. You can also use the type def syntax, just like we did for struct and enum. Oh, let's do this. To use a union type, I don't know. Let's see how we want to write this, because I can go like int main int or float tx int equals 5. Then we go printf int. It's probably good to do this as well, just to show what this does. I think it's probably a good idea to show. Boom, ba-dum, bum. I don't know if I want to do the int or string one. I don't know what I want to do. Oh, right. Oops. Doo-da-doom. This is a good one too. Both of these are really good examples. Never done a boot dev course. How's the course going to be? By the way, just a video. Why would we build all these crazy exercises if it was just a video? That's what I like about boot. All of these exercises you're gonna do. You go here, you'll pick a course, you know, like this one was just like learn Python. Yes. Oh, I didn't even know. On Tuesdays. No. There you go. We'll pick one. There you go, right? You do a course. Dynamic. Nice. Write the code. Write the code. Run the code in the browser. This is the whole point, right? Like they got a whole thing. Run the code. You submit the code. It says, yo, dog, that didn't work. Boom. So that's what we've been building. All these exercises you're going to run and solve in the browser. That's like the whole point. Just making videos would be so much faster. I would have been done with this course so long ago. It's my color scheme, Groove, buddy. But it makes more sense now. Yeah. Go because you and I will always be together. Oh, me Code Defender. Is Cody any good? I like it. I mean, I worked there and I worked on it, so it's like I'm a little bit biased, but it's whatever. Creating a fitness app, which I assume would best be an Android app because it would be easy access. Do you think it would make a Flutter app or native be more valuable when searching for a job? I have no idea. I've never done native or like I've never made an app, so. I think either one will get you far on like getting an app job. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's probably fine. Doing C currently. Oh, nice. K&R. Very cool, Jabroni. Data.injetter. This one has integer or string. This is a great example of how scuffed you can make things with, oh, shoot. What am I trying to say? Oh, with unions. Oh, integer. Thanks. This is a great example. I'm not sure. I'm going to sit down for a little bit. I've been staying for like 6 hours. Is ESLint LSP that bad? I don't know. I don't know anything. I barely write any front end shenanigans. Not a fan of browser interface code execution. Better learn how to do it on your own, but I get the utility. Yeah, well, for a different kind of course, it would make sense. I agree, though. I mean, I like when people run stuff on their own computer, but it's something that's probably underrated that I think people don't think about enough in self-paced learning is every like hurdle you put in front of somebody is like another chance for them to stop, like to finish the course, which for self-paced learning is a shame. You know, like it's very different. What do I have? What can you see back? I knocked my camera over here. There we go. Like in self-paced learning online, right? It's like super easy to quit. It's like way harder in like a class setting, right? To just like drop the class. That's like a big deal. So I think it's pretty underrated probably for like online things to do this. Why do you type def every type? Because I don't like writing union int or float every time. So I prefer type defing it because I don't like writing union in front of one. I think that one, I just think it looks ugly. But two, I just think it's kind of annoying. Yeah, it's just for ergonomics. They're literally the same. You can replace them. It's fine. You can use both and interchangeably. It's totally fine. But I think it just looks a lot better. That would have made it easier. Exactly. Yeah, Ibra, that's what I'm saying, right? It's like, oh, my environment got scuffed, and now Python doesn't work right. I give up. You know? It's like, it's super easy to see how that would be like, you just get tilted, and you give up. Python mentioned, exactly. Or like, oh, I'm on Windows, and I want to try and run C. Well, you've got to download 85 gigabytes of Visual Studio. And then what's going on? Grogami has a lot of grit, so I think he never gave up. Yep, yeah. So, I mean, like, obviously, I think working through something is better. But it's also like you have other opportunities, other paths put before you, right? There's other things you could do. And you might just be like, oh, maybe programming's not for me. I need to go do something else, right? Oh, this was impossible. I couldn't do it. Right? You like if you're just exploring, just starting to learn to code, especially self-paced. Guide to copy your color scheme to my Kickstart setup. Yeah, you should just basically have to do add my color buddy repo and then set color scheme to groove buddy. It's just this one. You need to add this to your plugin list and then call Groove Buddy. Like that. Yeah. And then obviously turn off the color scheme one from Tokyo Night or whatever we made the default one. I don't remember. Courses for boot dev? It sure is, yeah. What happened to Teachcoins? I just scuffed it a little bit ago. I need to spend some time fixing it, but we've just been too busy to do it. I'll fix it after the course is released. Plus, I can't have you guys messing with me anyways when I'm working on that course. I'll get too confused. I already have a hard enough time finishing the course, you know? Default color scheme actually going pretty hard these days. I think it looks nice. Yeah, NVIM 10 default, I think it looks pretty good. Okay, so maybe I do want to stick with this. Because we could show them this one, and then instead we could say we have this kind. I thought it was just color scheme like default. Right? That's the default one. Is it worth learning Vim if I'm already proficient in Emacs? Vim's always piqued my curiosity. I start using feels so unproductive. You could try Evil Mode or something, Andre. That'll get you like pretty far to get a feeling if you think it's interesting or not, and still be like inside Emacs. Yeah, it's just color scheme default. It's a pretty good color scheme, I think. It could maybe use just a touch more color for me, but it's like obviously I get why you would choose more of a muted one for the default. I heard Hask lull in production. That doesn't make any sense. I know that. Fortunately, I know people can lie on the internet, so I know that isn't true. Is the diff stuff scuffed? That one's that could be. That could be. Hey, puppy. Okay. I write neural networks in Haskell in production. Yeah, that's already been solved in Python. What are you even doing? Wouldn't you rather write Python than Haskell? What did I say for this one? I'm writing Temple OS in Python then. Based. All right, I think I'm gonna go. Wow. Hey. Fancy meeting you here at the end of the video. Just go ahead, give it a smash. You know, wow, the like button. You can make fun of me in the comments for that one. I don't even care because you made it to the end of this video. Thanks everybody. See ya.